All right, so Mexico seems to be a hot favorite amongst a lot of people. A lot of people see this as a low-hanging fruit of sorts. It's a great country, provides some great flexibility, and a lot of advantages from a Plan B perspective. Now, I had made some detailed videos on Mexico, but I've been getting a lot of inquiries, a lot of queries, a lot of calls where some people get this sooner, right? So it can be as soon as a few weeks versus delays of months. And once you are stuck in the delay, it could be months. And the problem is not the time it takes, but the problem is the exit procedure. So if you exit while this is in the pipeline, it could mean end of your application, or you have to extensively file other applications, which can be more burdensome than the initial application itself. Not a lot of people, especially who are busy, can afford to spend several months just to be waiting for this. There are some commitments, you might have to travel, etc. So it is always advisable to get this done correctly in the first instance. There's one very important thing that you need to keep into account with when you talk about the process, which can be the difference between 3 to 4 weeks to several months on the other side. But before I deep dive, if you're new to my channel, my name is Jay, and here we discuss investments that lead to residencies, citizenships, and a whole lot more tips, tricks, hacks, and ways of getting your benefits in life. So make sure you turn on that bell notification and also be subscribed so you start your Plan B journey on a positive note and gain the success that you're looking for. All right, so now let's jump into the main part of this video, which is what is the difference? What is that one thing? I would say it's really two things that are that can be the difference between getting this done correctly and quickly versus obviously facing delays. And one of the most important things is the processing times differ significantly from office to office. From a theoretical standpoint, one would say, hey, it does not make any difference. Everything is the same. It's the same procedure, same laws, same rules. Yes, from a theoretical perspective, that might be true. But practically, when you go to the office, people are not the same. Offices are not the same. The processes are not exactly the same. States are not the same. And the most importantly, the volume of applications in those cities or towns are not the same. So each immigration office has their processing times. Sometimes the processing times are not clear or not well understood. So that can be one major reason for the delay. Now, when we work with applications, we keep track of all of this information, right? So it becomes easy and it helps people be well informed. So if you're okay with months of delays, then that's fine. But if you're looking for getting this sooner, then obviously you have to take into account the processing times, which we keep a tab of. So that's very important first thing. The second thing is when you're doing the process, yes, ideally one could do it all by themselves. The second option is hiring a local agent. Now, sometimes the local agent, a lot of people claim to be agents and know what they're doing, etc. But sometimes those very same people, if they make a mistake, either a rookie mistake or purposely, right? Sometimes people, not everyone is the same, right? So they try to play games if they think they can get some money. They can obviously stretch the process. I'm not talking about those instances. Those are really bad instances. But even in the best of scenarios, a lot of these agents are not well informed. They are just started to doing this, etc. So they can lead to a lot of delays in certain cases. So you need to make sure you're working with the right professional who is doing this day in and day out. So that's also a very important step. When you're doing this all on your own, because there's so much variable factors involved with each office, if you know Spanish, if you are into this, right, if you're into doing applications by yourself, you know the language well, and if you can do this, yes, it could all work out, and few people have been very successful doing this on their own. But if you're not very comfortable with the procedure, or if your office or the staff is not compliant, or whatever it is, this could, this could obviously end up being delayed. Now, if you get this whole thing right the first time, right, if it follows the streamlined process, it can be done in, let's say, 3 to 4 weeks. You should have your benefit, which is exchange your foil, or not the foil, but the card, the paper card that you get at the border, for the actual benefit, which is the plastic green color card, which is the temporary residency or the permanent residency. So if it follows that streamlined process, if it fits within the correct process, then yes, it can run smooth. You can get it in time. But if there's even a slightest of a mistake, just like the Turkish CBI program, right? If everything is crystal clear, a very knowledgeable, very experienced attorney with the process, with that office does it, in the best case scenario, you're talking about 6 to 8 months, right? But if there's a slight mishap anywhere, they make a slight mistake, then it falls off of that the streamlined approach, and then it could mean a lot of delays because of the volume. No one would care, right? By the time they come back to it, it may be a few months that it may have taken. Again, these are variable things. If you need help, you can always click the link in the description, book a call with us. We can get you connected with the right experts in the area who have been doing this for years and years and years and who know what they're doing, so we can help you that way. But whatever you decide, it's very important to make sure you're well informed of the procedures, the processing times, the local process, and all of that. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subbed, and catch you in the next one.